Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Another episode of Caffeine Crypto, a show or live stream that we do every Saturday, where we go over some cryptocurrency news, what's going on, what's happening, stuff like that. I did take the opportunity to sleep in because I've been getting my butt worked at my 9 to 5, but I got a lot to go over today. Got quite a bit to go over today. I mean, the market's looking real good. My buddy, actually, let me see if I can pull it up here. Our buddy, Max Voltage, showed us a little something. We're going to talk about that, and then I'm just going to blow through all these stories. If you want to ask me a question, you're going to have to send me a super chat or at me in the live chat. I will try to get to it towards the end of the stream. Save it for then, because we got a lot going on, and I just want to make sure that I cover it. So let's see if we can open an original here. Look at these block rewards, guys. Look at these block rewards off of FlexPool. 1 hour ago, and when did he send me this message? He sent me this message today at 10:10 a.m. So an hour and some change ago. 382 ETH on one block, 592 or 29 on another, and then 556 on another. That's some good block rewards. And I think I just got a notification that Brandon Coin was talking about ETH profitability up, or mining profits are up, something like that. So I'm guessing that Etherscan. Let's see if they're showing anything. Gas is down. That's beautiful. I might make a couple transactions this week. Let's see what the block rewards are. View blocks. All right, still a bunch of twos. There's a 4 right there. Okay, nothing too special there. What is up with that, though? FlexPool, 200, 500, and 500. That's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy. So if you're on any particular pool, you know, some of those pools may be getting some serious blocks. And then getting those profits, hopefully, because they're genuine and pay their miners MEV. You know, there's a 3, but I'm not seeing it here on the Block Explorer. But this was 30 minutes ago. Let's see if we can go all the way back. 222. Still a bunch of 2s. I think I just saw a 4, but I'm looking for those big boy numbers. That's really crazy. That's good, though. That's good. You know, that's what we want. There it is. There it is. 59 Ether, 139, 103. Okay, okay. That's what's up. 4, 3. Come on, give me the big boys. Give me another big boy. Give me the 500. Where's the 500 at? Hour and 22. We should be close to it. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. But yeah, man, that's some good stuff. And why is it doing this? Well, there's a number of reasons, right? So when the market first tanked or took a hit, all right, we're done looking. We're done looking, baby. All right, so when the market first took a hit, you know, we had a lot of people, you know, weak hands get shaken out, right? Which is a good thing, right? Because it also dropped the prices of certain GPUs. Not all GPUs, but certain GPUs. Not by a whole lot. They're nowhere near the MSRP or whatever they should be. At correct market values, but why is this flashing like that? Let's F5 that. So, I mean, a lot of people took advantage of said certain things, and, you know, those weak hands get out, but the opportunities are still there. So I hope you continue to stay strong, stay vigilant, and continue to mine. Bitcoin right now, it is trading at 41.7K. As you saw, Ethereum was around 3,000. I'm not sure what Coin360 is doing, but yeah, the markets are looking pretty good right now, guys. Profits are up. We're still below on the daily for Bitcoin. We're still below the 50, moving average. We need to get above that. That's going to be our big key resistance, and this is going to be at the 42K level, which is what I always mentioned in the past. If we did fall from here, again, it'd be that 30K that I'm really looking at, maybe the 28K if we fall beyond that. Will we fall? Was that the bottom? I'm not going to say yes, because a lot of this that happened yesterday, if you could see that candle and the shape of it, a lot of that happened yesterday is similar to what the bears wanted, right? So the bears had oversold and you know, had a lot of selling or buying pressure, right? And then the longs got liquidated, we fell. And then this side, the shorts got liquidated and we ran up. So what exactly caused that? There's a number of variables. One of them I just mentioned, right? The shorts got liquidated. And you can see that nice little chunk up. That happened early morning. I really was working hard, and I wanted to throw another 200 into Bitcoin, and of course I missed out. So now I'm just gonna see how things pan out. We're moving sideways, but we got a lot of news topics to talk about. Let's go ahead and go over it. Market wrap, Bitcoin rallies, and altcoins take the lead. Hence the title of the stream. Thank you everybody coming over from Crypto Mikkel. Thank you everybody for showing up. Real quick shout outs to everybody. MC, Crypto Mikkel, Magic Lucky, Integra Guy, White Arctic Walker, Johans, Goblin. What's up, Goblin? J Bohannon, Golden Wolf, MC. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to go right straight to it. So Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies rallied Friday, reversing losses from a few days ago. Alternatively, cryptocurrency altcoins outperformed as Ether, and the world's second largest cryptocurrency, gained 13% over the past 24 hours compared to 11% rise in BTC. Near, the token associated with Near Protocol, layer 1 blockchain that aims to overcome limitations of its competitors, including slow transaction rates, and everybody keeps claiming that, surged as much as 20% in 24 hours. The rise in altcoins relative to Bitcoin could reflect a greater appetite for risk among crypto investors. Since late last year, there has been a continuing trend that even Bitcoin's calming is enough for altcoins to return to growth and outperform the first cryptocurrency. Technical indicators point to additional price gains for Bitcoin if buyers are able to maintain support above 37K over the weekend. Further, a decisive move above 40K could signal the start of a recovery phase. Over the past few weeks, several indicators such as Bitcoin Fear and Greed, Relative Strength Index or RSI, and a 6-month high in Bitcoin options put-call ratio signal bearish extremes in the crypto market. Some analysts expect crypto buyers to return, similar to what occurred in July 2020. Price bottom at 28K, right? So short liquidations right there. Keyword. Ether traders who reacted in a large price jump exited short positions in greater numbers than Bitcoin traders over the past 24 hours. While the chart does show or does not indicate an extreme short squeeze, the steady decline in long liquidation since January 20 crash could mean that the selling pressure is starting to fade. Much of the momentum is likely due to the 160 million of combined short liquidations for BTC and ETH over the past 24 hours. Fundstrat wrote in a Friday note, that means large liquidations are partly responsible for accelerated price movements in the crypto spot market. You know, Ether, the essential next boundary to keep an eye on is Ether at the 3K, which is where we're at right now. And then, of course, altcoins, some of them did good and some of them did bad, right? So we had some metaverse coins take a hit, but then recover from that. For example, Axie Infinity Sandbox Gala fell as much as 12% in 24 hours, although losses were quickly retraced as crypto market rallied later in the North American trading day. DeFi skepticism, right? We got a few things being skeptical of DeFi, and then traders unhappy with India crypto tax, right? So India is trying to implement some regulation, stuff like that, on cryptocurrencies, and some of those people are not too happy with it. But I mean, we got people all around the world, and their different governments are affecting the way or how they trade. But a number of things contributed to the rise yesterday. The selling pressure, the bulls took back over. Some people got liquidated, but not all. Some just pretty much stopped their positions. And then, of course, we got this nice little pump. Now, here's the thing for you I want you to know. So right now I have it on the hourly, right? And if you take note, this rally happened basically, if I looked at it on my time, this is UTC time, it looks like Bitcoin was right at 3940K, right? So like right here was the end of the normal trading day for these guys. Keep an eye on that, because what usually happens is we go over the weekend, we could pump to this, we could go down to this, it doesn't matter. But what happens is right before the next week starts, we usually retrace back to whatever that close was, right? Because the market makers, traditional market makers, they don't want to have this gap, right? We don't always fill the gap, but it's more likely that we will fill the gap. So if we pump from here to like 42 and above, and we open up Monday 42K rather than 40K, then we're going to have a gap, which means we're going to get pulled back down to close that gap before we go back up. So we may go back down at the end of the weekend to go back up. Just FYI, just from what I've seen in my experience, not financial advice, not a market maker. Just I look at the charts. Anyways, mega cap, Bitcoin, Ethereum, yada yada. So now Solana all skyrocketed higher early afternoon trading as of 1:30 p.m. Eastern. These three top tokens appreciated 9.8%, 12.8%, 11.6% respectively over the past 24 hours. All initially dipped this morning following bullish jobs report. However, since then, the crypto market has followed equities higher in early afternoon trading, surging on an extreme interest from investors despite heightened risk of rate hikes and more hawkish monetary policy. As far as token-specific news, Bitcoin got a bump today from the report that showed that Bitcoin miner Marathon Digital has increased its January production more than 800% and now holds nearly 8,600 BTC on the balance sheet. Solana launched a Solana Pay, and the listing of 2 Solana-based tokens on Coinbase earlier this week continues to provide this token with strong tailwinds. Don't forget, Solana also got hacked recently, and this is not the first time they've had issues, but they continue to do good. So that kind of tells me Solana is a strong project to keep getting hit with this negativity and these issues and still keep going. Will it take over for Ethereum and Bitcoin? I highly doubt it, but it is a new ecosystem that people can build upon. Matter of fact, I wanted to build a token on Solana, but I haven't gotten to it. If I do, I will let you guys know to create a wallet, and I'll send you guys some cryptocurrency. And Ethereum is seeing increased interest due to recent numbers showing the proliferation of non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Ethereum is the main blockchain network upon which most NFTs function. So what? As we've seen in recent weeks, the crypto market is moving in high correlation to risk equities, particularly stocks represented in a tech-heavy NASDAQ. As is usually the case, the crypto sector, these incredible moves we're seeing today reflect the extreme volatility nature of digital currencies. Investors in currencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana may expect more muted price action than with other smaller altcoins. However, the price action we're seeing among mega cap stocks like Amazon up double digits today following earnings, for example, indicates that investors are overreacting and underreacting to news in a big way. I want to see something real quick. Let me go see something. First off, it would help if I spelt it right. Let's just do the S&P. I just want to see something real quick. That does not help me whatsoever. Which one is it, the S&P? Which one is the S&P 500? Because I've been saying for the longest time, okay, I'm not doing this right. I'm not doing this right. So anyways, let's go back to Ethereum. See, I don't look at traditional markets. Yeah, we had a dip down and pump back up. So what was the traditional? Let's see here. Stock. I don't. There we go. Interesting. Very interesting. So we're just following traditional markets still, which is not what I want. I want ETH and one of these altcoins to just take over, baby. Just take over. Go away. Separate yourself from the cryptocurrency or from the traditional stocks. Let's break away, guys. Stop. The whole point of cryptocurrency is to not be controlled and centralized, but so far it is. A lot of the big guys got their hands on it, and there's not going to be enough for every small at-home individual, even those in foreign countries that never heard of Bitcoin. So now what? It's hard to say if these sorts of double-digit percent increases will be sustainable over long near term. Indeed, there are significant numbers of headwinds that cryptocurrencies and other risk assets are battling right now. However, the inclination to buy the dip doesn't appear to have dissipated quite yet. Investors look to for top-tier cryptocurrencies to add right now are focusing on the top tokens as potential long-term winners. And by the way, everything that I go over in today's video or in most of my live streams are in the description. Let's see what's going on here. So you can see if we look at the last 7 days, if I get out of your way here, you can see the kind of shape that it developed. So there's Bitcoin, Ethereum kind of followed, BNB, Cardano, that's a stable coin, so we don't pay attention to that. Solana, XRP, Luna, so everything is following Bitcoin as usual. The problem with that is Bitcoin is following the stock or the standard traditional market crap, and that's a major problem, because if the market goes down because the government in the U.S. says X, Y, Z, inflation, interest rates, blah 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 blah, that's going to cause issues. I got some Shiba Inus real quick for some of the Shiba Inu fans. It rallied 17% in mid-January following a rumor of a popular trading app, Robinhood, which we still haven't gotten any information on whether or not they will list a meme coin in early February. Robinhood has over 23 million users. Despite the positive reinforcement, Shiba Inu's price has fallen from the beginning of the year from 34 something Satoshi to 22. There you go, right there. So yeah, I mean, it's still up compared to where most of you have gotten different positions in, or maybe mined it. But it's not as good as it was. A lot of people that spent $100 could have made thousands of dollars, but may have not. And Davenport Tuber finally joined the BTC D37 8 GPU rig into homemade wooden Octominer knockoff case using 5 fans, unused frame today. Finally joining a BTC D37. Into homemade wooden Octominer knockoff case using 5 fans. So this is the motherboard. Okay. Look at how many 6-pin it has in it. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, these motherboards normally have that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are those 8 pins or 6 pins? No, those are 6 pin. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, that's kind of standard. Jamie Dimon, thank you for being a member of the channel for 11 months, brother. So Jamie Dimon says he no longer uses the word cryptocurrency. Not that I care, but some people do. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, has made it clear his contempt for the worthless so-called great cryptocurrency boom of 2021. But now he says he stopped calling them currencies. Currencies have the rules of law behind them, central banks and tax authorities. He says he calls them crypto tokens. In economic theory, the kind of currency he means, backed by governments and their agencies, is often called fiat money. But before that was fiat money, there was a currency as broadly agreed medium of exchange. Cowrie shells is, I think, how you say it. Cowrie shells, for instance, were once used as a currency so widely across India, China, Africa that the modern oh my goodness, I can't pronounce that word. I don't want to mess it up. Anyways, currencies doesn't necessarily need to be backed by central banks to function as a medium of exchange. In fact, the champions of crypto say that the value of currency lies precisely in the lack of centralized control. To that end, Jamie Dimon also claimed he didn't understand crypto assets and suggests other people don't either. You've seen that in the last couple months. They have lost half their value in the U.S. market. When Dimon calls cryptocurrencies tokens, he's casting them as specific kinds of tradable, fungible assets with limited utility. Crypto enthusiasts think the tokens as a subset of all currency. Dimon is telling them that currency is already much narrower and more limited than they like to believe. Good luck, rich guy. I don't care. Thank you. So Bitcoin backer MicroStrategy pours another $25 million into cryptocurrency. Now, we knew this was happening. While everybody else is panicking and worried and like getting out and trying to sell their Ethereum, Bitcoin, or whatever, companies like MicroStrategy, big guys, big investors, even some of the 1%er, the rich, are steadily buying up these cryptocurrencies while you're selling them at a discount, which is why I always pick on people on Twitter. Thanks for selling at a discount, because I'm also buying a dip. I always bought a dip, and a lot of people also bought a dip. It looks very foolish at the time, especially when you have a long-term bearish outcome, but when it goes up, then you look like a superhero. So, MicroStrategy has bought additional Bitcoin worth 25 million, roughly 100, whatever, I don't care about that, in cash during the recent crash. Michael Saylor is the CEO, yada yada. We all know who Michael Saylor is. Has bought another 660 Bitcoin, average price of 37,865. The company now holds a total of more than what? That's wrong. That's wrong. There's a typo there. I'm guessing that's 1,250,000 Bitcoins, but you could see that that's wrong. Maybe it's 125,000 Bitcoins. I don't know what they were doing. The fresh acquisition has made at the time when crypto market is in a downward trajectory, and Bitcoin in particular has lost more than 40% in value since November. MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 660 Bitcoin for 25 million in cash and an average price of 37. We already talked about that as of 1/31/2022 or end of January. Yeah, it's 125,000 they have. Bitcoin acquired, All right, so the average price that MicroStrategy has gotten Bitcoin is 30,200. So you do the math on that. If Bitcoin takes off, hits 100,000 plus, an average Bitcoin price that you bought is $30,200. You're looking pretty good as a business. MicroStrategy said in a statement that the first batch of Bitcoin was purchased between December 30th and January 31st. CoinGecko, a cryptocurrency, we know what CoinGecko is. Stop it. Said that MicroStrategy was the largest crypto or corporate backer of Bitcoin. It is distantly followed by Tesla, which holds 48,000 Bitcoin. But there's a big difference between 125,000 and 48 or 50,000. So we'll see how things pan out. Thank you for everybody that's hanging out and chilling with me on the stream. Sorry, I'm just going right through everything. There are some key points that I want to make sure you guys are getting across your radar or keeping it on your radar. Yes, I am drinking my NOS. Thank you so much. No laughing. I needed something different. I literally woke up at 10:30, like a half an hour before you guys came on. I literally woke up because I was tired, man. My 9 to 5 has been kicking my butt. It really has. So the celebs have gone crypto. We all seen it. It's growing. A lot of celebrities are talking about cryptocurrency. That's great, right? That's ultimately adding more exposure for cryptocurrency, drawing in new people, new investors to the market. And even if they're not new investors, right? They see a celeb talking about it and they're like, oh yeah, I saw my buddy James, or I saw my buddy Davenport talking about it, mining it. I don't really know. So let me go check this out, and then they start bumping into different channels, right? So Red Panda Mining, Red Fox Crypto, Bitsby Trippin', Son of a Tech, and they start to learn how to mine these cryptocurrencies. So the celebs are a positive thing on the crypto market as a whole, not only from an investment perspective, but also from a mining perspective, because they're drawing attention to it. They're making people look. Right now is the worst time to get into crypto mining, but it is better than it was end of 2022 because some GP pricing has gone down. We do have to be very careful, though, and be mindful of what we're doing. Don't go all in and put your savings into one particular cryptocurrency. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I am not checking the chat as much as I usually should because I got a lot of news articles to go over. Save any questions towards the end. If you want to talk amongst yourselves, great. But let's get started. Give me one sec. Gotta hit the bait, babe. All right. Gwyneth Paltrow, who promised a better life through items sold on her luxury wellness brand, is now promoting digital artwork of blinking cartoon ape. Matt Damon pops up during commercial breaks to compare the act of investing in cryptocurrency to scaling Mount Everest or exploring space. Reese Witherspoon recently took a break from chatting about her book club and production company to share an anonymous prophecy. In the near future, every person will have a parallel digital identity. Witherspoon tweeted, avatars, crypto wallets, digital goods will be the norm. Are you planning for this? Good point, Reese. However, we got to be careful. Even South Park made a mockery of Damon's endorsement, talking about Matt Damon's endorsement of, trading crypto as like scaling Mount Everest and the brave and all that good stuff. What does Matt Damon say in the Bitcoin commercial? Fortune favors the brave. Cartman says in an effort to get classmates to join him in a rebellion against their school principal, Clyde notes his father listened to Matt Damon and lost all his money, which Cartman quickly brushed off. Yes, everyone did, says Cartman, but they were brave in doing so. Others of Matt Damon's stature has been criticized as well. Kim Kardashian caught flack last summer when she shared an advertisement for Ethereum Max cryptocurrencies on Instagram. She insisted it was not financial advice, though the positive message shared with her hundreds of millions of followers with the hashtag ad by definition constitutes an endorsement. That's why you gotta be careful with hashtags. If you notice, my hashtags are like the different projects, but like the top products, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, whatever. And then it's normally crypto mining, cryptocurrency news. So it encompasses like a whole, not a specific project. And of course, Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather were later sued over accusations that they misled investors. So you got to be very careful, especially as you become an influencer, of what you say or do as things continue to get more scrutiny, as people start to look at things with a finer detail. So just be careful. Now, Winter Olympics is upon us right now, and I always love the Olympics. I always love Winter Olympics. The China's digital yuan shows why we still need cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. China's digital yuan is poised to make its debut on the global market stage, or the global stage, with foreign athletes and others in the Beijing Olympics, able to use it for the first time. People can access digital yuan via an app on their smartphone, for example, but it's different from other payment apps in that the digital version of the renminbi, oh my goodness, I'm just going to say ren, issued by the People's Bank of China. The digital yuan has already been piloted in various Chinese cities and was used in more than 8 billion worth of transactions in the second half of 2021. China's effort has also spurred other countries to ponder digital currencies of their own. Nearly 90 countries, accounting for more than 90% of the global GDP, were actively exploring a central bank or a CBDC, central bank digital currency. Some would argue that the CBDCs will cancel out the need for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Incorrect. After all, how many different digital currencies do we really need? But in fact, the opposite is true. The rise of CBDCs highlights the importance of decentralized cryptocurrencies that are relatively private and not controlled by the government. That's a key factor for me. Not controlled by the government. Yeah. So, okay, hang on. I just caught something in the live chat. Some goblin loser, I don't know, says, LOL, don't we already have a digital ID in the form of social security number? Yes, but they want to make that, or they probably will make that in the future, completely digital. That you would no longer get some some social security number on a little card or assigned to you. You have it assigned to you digitally, which it is, but like maybe in a digital form that's, locked on the blockchain or something like that. That I could see being somewhat useful, but at the same time, then they're going to want to start putting everything on there, and then that's when the people start getting out the aluminum foil hats and we start getting issues. Anyways, let's see here. While China's digital currency is an impressive undertaking that could offer many benefits, we could talk about that, by the way. Some goblin loser. We could talk about that in a different video. While China's digital currency is an impressive undertaking that could offer many benefits such as ease and efficiency of payments, privacy is not one of them. Duh, it's China. If anything, the digital yuan will give the government greater visibility into the financial transactions of its citizens. You may not have to provide an ID to make small payments. But the government is going to be able to trace all transactions generally, whether they are anonymized or not. China already has a very sophisticated mobile payment system led by WeChat and Alipay. Companies already collected plenty of private information data or private financial data, but the digital yuan will make that data even more accessible to the government. One of the many advantages of Bitcoin is that no government can stop you from sending or receiving it. No government can shut down the network. Bitcoin is also a relatively private form of money in that sense that all you need to send and receive Bitcoin is the address that consists of the string of numbers and letters. Some are drawn to cryptocurrency simply because they believe they can that even perfect legal transaction should enjoy basic privacy protections. Developers are currently working to increase Bitcoin's privacy protections, but there are other digital currencies, for example, like Zcash and Monero, that promote privacy protection as a key feature. Zcash, for example, uses the cryptographic tool known as zero-knowledge proofs, which is a way to verify a set of data without revealing the data. New cryptocurrencies are constantly appearing, and we will likely see even more innovation when it comes to privacy. Other countries, including the U.S., may not be able to resist the temptation to roll out a CBDC, or central bank digital currency, but the government-backed digital currencies should not reign supreme. Other currencies are needed to preserve an independence and relatively private form of digital money in a world where transactions are becoming easier for governments to track and control. So we're seeing the digital yuan being utilized in the Winter Olympics. Great, cool, but be careful because obviously the government gives you a lot of stuff. Now here's a very interesting topic that I wanted to talk about. Hang on, I'm checking live chat. Look at live chat. If anyone has Flux ETH, now might be the time to move as the gas is low. Checking. I'll check it right after the stream, but you guys are probably gonna pump up the gas now because I'm gonna be too late. Yeah, gas is low right now, so we'll see. So this is a very interesting topic, right? And this is something that we all, even as crypto miners, need to be aware of, right? Because the rules and regulations set forth by old people are not exactly clear, and we need to update we need to update a number of things, right? Like our infrastructure, how we handle things, what we classify as X, Y, Z. So crypto regulation is coming, just not this year. Securities and Exchange Commissioner Hester Peirce expects the SEC to proposal to expand the definition of exchange as a backdoor way to regulate cryptocurrency exchanges, but does not anticipate the Commission will formally introduce direct crypto regulation this year. The expansion definition that's been proposed for exchanges will cover a lot of potential platforms that haven't thought necessarily that they would be covered. And that is a traditional security space as well as the crypto space. Peirce, a Republican appointed dubbed Crypto Mom for enthusiastic advocacy of the sector, believes the commission is moving too quickly with a comment period of 30 days, which he said is too short to properly consider expanding the regulatory net for trading platforms. Last week, Peirce dissonant against the SEC proposal that seeks to amend regulating trading systems, including expanding the definition of what constitutes an exchange, while aimed at targeted Man, why are we using these words? I suck at words. Targeting deficiencies in the treasury market. Peirce sent a warning to all trading platforms. Even if you have nothing to do with the government securities or even fixed income or traditional securities, read this release, she said. It covers a lot of ground, and you should not assume that it has nothing to do with you, because it probably does. So we got a number of things happening. Whether that complete rollout will happen this year is not likely. It's probably going to be next year. But that could impact how you and I might trade or liquidate the assets that we mine. We don't have a rule book in place that works for crypto exchanges as they currently operate. So absent some kind of adjustment or exception is going to be very difficult for these entities to register with us, for the exchanges to register with them. We got to give the exchanges a little bit more clarity. The commissioner says she has yet to see any formal direct proposal from regulating crypto exchanges or crypto in general on the SEC's agenda this year. And this is only the beginning of 2022, so we may not get that to 2023. If you look at the agenda Chair Gensler put out, I don't see anywhere in the agenda a rule directed toward crypto exchanges and registration of those exchanges other than one that just was proposed. But that's not specifically tailored to address these questions about what does it actually look like for one of these entities to register. So I think there's a disconnect there, she says. The Biden administration last fall tasked Congress with coming up with a framework for regulating stablecoins, cryptocurrencies tied to the fiat U.S. dollar. The administration recommended that only banks be allowed to issue stablecoins, while directing regulatory agencies to use their existing authorities to regulate stablecoins as best as they can right now. To me, that would be a problem if only the banks issued stablecoins. I don't find that very attractive whatsoever. But, there needs to be some regulatory clarity from the SEC, from the various outlets for these exchanges, and how to complete the registration. The thing is just like we saw in the past. If you haven't checked out, a number of old school Bitcoin documentaries, let me see. I can't remember it, but basically, as Bitcoin was growing up, New York City, this jerk, AG or whatever his name, Attorney General, I'm not sure what he was. He basically came up with this rule of, if you're going to, buy and sell, trade here in New York, you have to register with this. Okay, so he did that. It cost a lot of money to file that application. A lot of people left, a lot of people stayed. But then he turned around, quit his job, and became the company that would help you through that process, therefore making money off of the law that he just passed. That's BS. So he would charge you, an exchange or company trying to do business in New York, he would charge you to help walk you through the application process, how to do this, how to do that, and stuff like that. Created a law and then turned around and charged you to fill out the application because the application was so hard to understand that they needed some guidance. Well, this is the same thing that's happening now, and we need to make sure that our government, our representatives, our key leading officials provide clear guidance not only to us, the end user, but to these corporations or exchanges, so on and so forth. Cryptocurrency news, IRS announces it won't tax crypto, but only in these cases. Again, please check out the links in the description. I'm not going to go over every single detail. Doing taxes this year is going to be fun because there's a lot of different things that I'm going to look for. I'm not going to be able to provide guidance on doing that. I do file, but I'm not a tax professional. So in May 2021, Joshua and Jessica requested the IRS to refund a amount of $3,293 of income tax paid in 2019. Pay attention to this. The couple filed a legal complaint with the U.S. District Court of the middle of Tennessee, basically of Tennessee. What happened is they obtained 8,876 Tezos tokens through staking, and they claimed that the court that any tokens gained through proof of stake should be considered new property created by the taxpayer. The Jarretts argued the Tezos tokens. Wow, you spelled that wrong. Argued that the tokens obtained. So sometimes it's not my reading. Sometimes it's the article's writing, whoever wrote it. Should not be taxed until it's sold or exchanged. So the Tezos that they got through staking, they wanted to consider it new property, and it should not be taxed until they exchange it for fiat, which I 100% agree. Same thing for miners. Until we take our mining profits and exchange it for fiat, we should not be taxed on it. IRS has offered a refund to couples' taxes paid on rewards gained through Tezos. The president opens a debate in defining the tax cryptocurrency asset. So long story short, the couple did win. And that's what happened. The couple did win. And this kind of sets a new precedence of like, okay, well, you're trying to tax, but here in this case, right? Like if you go to court, you can mention this court and case number or reference this court and case number for why you shouldn't have to pay tax on XYZ. So this is very interesting to me. Sources say they closed the matter, says the couple plans to pursue the case further to obtain long-term protection. This will undoubtedly set national precedents for growing taking industry. Current estimate, with half of Bitcoin owners filing taxes for their crypto for the first time this year. The decision is likely to be one that mostly closely watched in 2021 tax filing season. So we'll see. I guess maybe they didn't win. I guess they haven't won yet. IRS, crypto hurry. I could have swore I saw them say something. So yeah, they're when you don't clearly define the rules, right? When you say to the kid, I want you to stay here, right? I want you to stay here in this area. I want you to stay here. But they stay there, and then they still mess up whatever that area is. Well, they did what you asked. You got to clearly define. I want you to sit here, watch this show. Don't touch the stove. Don't try to cook anything. Be careful, and I'll be right back in 15 minutes. Like, you got to be more detailed, right? You know, you don't just tell a toddler to just stay there and expect them to just stay right there. They're going to move around. They're going to play with toys. They're going to open things. They're going to go through their drawers. That's what toddlers do. You got to, as a government agency, you got to clearly define and provide guidance to these individuals and exchanges and major corporations. So the U.S. crypto executive order looms. 5 things to watch for Bitcoin this week. First thing is bears hammered down on BTC weekly close. Now this article came out on January 31st. Obviously we're up, so we're good there. What else was there? The next one is can the S&P upend the worst month since March 2020? It did do that, or is doing that. Old hands age well, basically talking about the amount of people that are hodling or holding Bitcoin, right? The Bitcoin amount of supply lasts active 5 to 7 years. So keep hodling, baby. GBTC dives to record 30% discount. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust dives to a 30% discount. Not so fearful after all. So even though the fear and greed index was showing some extreme fear between 0 and 25, obviously we've seen some pretty increased appetite there, guys. So keep an eye on how things are panning out long term. Always zoom out and look at the big picture. Don't always look at the narrow picture. All right, so cybersecurity attacks. This is super important for some of you young guys and ladies. Cyber attacks on young adults are on the rise due to cryptocurrency. Young adults on social media are increasingly becoming the targets of hackers, and federal data shows cryptocurrency scams have skyrocketed. But there are some simple things to do to protect yourself. You should already know those. I already provided a number of those as well in other videos. Cryptocurrency scams have skyrocketed during the pandemic. The Federal Trade Commission estimates that since October 2020, people ages 20 to 49 were 5 times more likely to lose their money to these online investment scams. You want to trust your gut. Consumer Reports Technology Thomas Germain said, or Germain, if you have a bad feeling about someone you're talking to on the internet, you want to listen to those instincts. What's up, son of a tech? Sorry, brother, I'm just going straight through everything. Hey, Dizzy Money's in here too. So I got a lot of news articles, so I'm just blowing through it. It's already 15 minutes. I got a few more to go through. Other steps you can take include not responding to someone if you don't know them, yada, yada. Don't talk to strangers. What did your mom and dad teach you? Or what they probably didn't teach you. Grandma taught you. What somebody taught you, don't talk to strangers. Okay? Be careful. Right? We're seeing more sophisticated attacks, right? We're getting a number of attacks throughout different attack vectors. Now, I'm not going to talk about this article, but this is another one here where we have Hodlers beware. New malware targets MetaMask and 40 other crypto wallets, right? So, it's called Mars Stealer, and it can spread through various channels such as file hosting websites, torrent clients, and other shady downloaders. So if you torrent, you know, I torrent, you torrent, just be careful. Like for us that's been in the game for a while, torrenting is not new, and we know what to look for, but a lot of people don't. So just be careful, right? You know, after infecting the system, the first thing the malware does is check the device language. If it matches the language ID of Kazakhstan, Russia, the software leaves the system without any malicious action. So it's a Russian-developed or that side of the country developed malware attack. But if it detects anything besides the languages, that's when it starts to go. And what happens is the new malware is powerful. It's a powerful upgrade of the information stealing Osaski Trojan in 2019, according to a security researcher. It targets more than 40% or 40 browser-based crypto wallets among the popular two-factor authentication extensions, which is a grabber function that steals user private keys. So just be mindful. MetaMask, Nifty Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, Mu at CX, Ronin Wallet, Binance Chain Wallet or Smart Chain, Tron, Link, all those wallets. So just be careful, all right? Be careful what you're doing. Don't be going to porn sites on the same computer you hodl with. Now, this is a very interesting story. I'm going to summarize it. I did highlight some parts here. But basically, this son, right, got his dad to get into crypto. Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. He got his dad to get into crypto, right? And then they made money. They made decent money. So then son gets hooked on drugs. All right, whatever. Son then drugs the dad to try to steal his cryptocurrency from his phone. What the heck, man? He even left a note. Saying that he was going to help him retire or something like that. The son kept saying, Dad, you need to sell. The dad said, no, you need to stop doing drugs. So just be mindful of who you keep around you, right? And I want to bring you guys in for this. I can't express, and I'm only a certain age, but I had the blessing to gain wisdom as I went through life. Be mindful of who you keep around you, right? If you're going around and you're like, yeah, man, look at my crypto, you're posting it on Twitter, you're posting it on Facebook, you're posting on social media, right? You're showing your friends, look at the amount I made, look at the amount. Somebody's gonna get the inkling of, well, I can steal from this guy. Oh, but it's fingerprinted, it's two-factor authenticated. Guys, SIM swapping is so easy to do, right? There's so many different ways that somebody can break through your device. And if you're showing everything you're doing to your friends or online, they will figure out how to get you. So be smart, be mindful of the people you keep around, or shut up. Don't tell them what you have. It's not rocket science. So anyways, this dad is okay. He didn't die, but there was a court case going back and forth, and the son is now being forced to go to rehab. Bitcoin miners believe global hash rate to grow aggressively. Bitcoin seems to be everyone's mind lately as the world recently witnessed the price of Bitcoin. Whatever, it's back up. Everybody keeps going back to this bearish stuff. This is what I was talking about on Twitter yesterday. It's like all that bearish talk, and now you're acting all bullish. Pick one. I just wait and I look at the picture. I look at everything long term. The growth of Bitcoin network has become apparent as hash rates figures of Bitcoin continue to set new highs this month. For example, on January 22nd, the Bitcoin network recorded a high of 26 trillion with the average hash rate of 190 exo hash per second. The Bitcoin network 1 year ago was 143 exahash. Following the mining ban in China, the network fell to 63 exahash. Today, the hash rate has grown to approximately 198. The recent increase represents three important metrics. One, it represents the 130 exahash increase on the network. Two, it represents the 130 exahash of new hosting infrastructure and primarily new generation hardware deployed. And three, this deployment has taken place in geographical regions that use far cleaner energy than China. With that being said, I've been talking about this for quite some time, right? Because these two articles are going to talk about it. This one's talking about crypto mining won't survive another round of environmental legislation. This is very true, right? We need to get off of coal. Countries are working on that. The Peirce climate accords, all that stuff. There's the European Green Deal. The U.S. is trying to beef up stuff. And things are becoming better. Like much of these mining operations that have moved into the U.S., Texas, and otherwise, you're using hydro, solar, or something to be green. But we do need to beef up our infrastructure. As we have so many users flocking to our country in North America. I'm not going to say our country, USA, because North America, Canada, you're family, baby. So we have a lot of people flocking here. And if we don't beef up our infrastructure, we're going to start to have problems, rolling blackouts, issues, something, right? So we really need to step it up. The demand has gone up, and I can see that because my electric bill has gone up. Now, I did the recommendation that Crypto Mikkel said, but, it still is going to be a growing problem unless we have the infrastructure behind it to sustain the amount of people getting on and hashing away, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever. We definitely need to beef up our infrastructure. We definitely need to go green. I've been talking about this for weeks, and I talk about it pretty much every stream now. This is a very interesting article that I would challenge you to check out. It came out January 30th, and then this one as well talks about how crypto may not survive another round of legislation. But I covered a little bit of this in the last one. Now, here's really funny. Myanmar military government considers launching digital currency report. We got 10 minutes. I'm going to roll through it. basically they're trying to create their own digital currency. Now this article says one thing, but the basic understanding that I have here is that there was a military coup that took over and overthrew the local government of Myanmar and have full control now. Now they want to launch their own digital asset. However, I believe that the country's shadow government, or those people that led by supporters detained state councilor, so the person that was captured by the military or taken over by the coup, is still trying to stir up things, I guess you could say. So the only thing I can think of is, just like countries that have huge amounts of sanctions on them, they're going to use this digital currency to get around any sanctions or anything like that. It also, digital currencies make it easier to transact with other countries, or to buy and sell trade goods with other countries when you don't have that particular currency. The Chinese yuan, the yen from Japan, US dollar, whatever it may be. So I just picked this article, but we're going to roll on through it. So I'm going to create a separate video about this. I do have some information. I can't give any verified sources, but why is the RTX 3090 Ti just kind of like off the radar when they said that it would be coming out soon? I'll have a dedicated video just for that, so make sure you get subscribed. Crypto markets are up. Now let's finish off today's video with the Intel Arc Alchemist GPU. Now, if I get out of your way here, we can see that this GPU is going to come with 8 memory modules. We don't know if that's going to be 16, 18, 12. But you can see the PCB is short or cut. And I'm not sure if they're trying to do the same thing that NVIDIA has been doing, where they got this cutout in the back and airflow. But yeah, very strange. This is just an engineering sample, so there might be a backplate. It already looks like there was one, and then the person just took it off, because there's a screw there that's missing, screw there that's missing, there and there. So, and then back here, which I'm pretty sure had washers. But I asked BuildZoid if there's anything specific that he sees on this. But I haven't checked my Twitter to see if there's anything. Looks like the backside of the GPU die has the MOS and SP, so that's a good mix. Looks like we got some. I can't see too much of the power stages. What is that? Oh, so that's an industry standard. Okay, so they're using much of the industry standard that we've seen. It's much better than this green PCB, I can tell you that much. But you see, there's no MOS or SPs on here. They just got these small SMDs. Interesting. Dual 8-pin right there. What did the first one have? Dual 8-pin, okay. These were the original pictured. So I could see this black one being more actual and the green one just being engineering. But I mean, even the black one's engineering, because if you look at it again, look, there's a connector right here. What that connector's for, I'm not sure. Oh, there's another connector right here, a J connector. Interesting. So I'd be very happy to see what these cards can bring out or yield for the mining of said cryptocurrencies. Remember, as these GPUs come out, I've done multiple videos on this. As these GPUs come out, mining devs, the miner program developers need time to really kind of fine-tune, update kernels, whatever, to get these GPUs to be fully utilized. So, just in quick summary, crypto market's up, yay. Stay strong, keep mining, keep stacking them sats. Be careful of the company you keep. Be mindful. Don't be going around splitting out your business. Nobody needs to know how much you have, guys. It's not a DICK measuring contest. I mean, a lot of people like to do that. A lot of the rich like to do that. You don't need to do that, okay? You're still loved by your friends and family. You don't need to show how great you're doing and how successful you are because of how much money you made off of crypto. Just keep that information to yourself. The more you boast about it, and also the more you boast about it, the government's going to see it, and so when you don't file something correctly on your taxes, they're going to come after you. So just make sure you follow the law as best as possible. If you don't know, consult a professional. Be careful, protect your cryptocurrency. Don't go to crazy websites on the same system that you hold your wallets on or manage your wallets on, MetaMask or otherwise. Be mindful of the calls and the scams and the phishing attempts out there, because they're growing and people are trying to steal from you. So just be mindful of that. Just remember, those people trying to steal from you, that's their job. Their job is to steal money from others. That's how they live. That's how they put food on their table. So as sad as it may be that they can't put food on their table because they didn't get to steal from anybody, don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. Right now, let's take a look at Transaction Street, see how gas prices are. I love this website. And again, I want to give a shout out to the Modern Investor who showed this to his community. I'm part of his community. Really, really interesting website. So we got 75, 18 seconds, 19 seconds. What's the average gas? $4.42. So this is what Crypto Mikhail was talking about. If you need to transact or send anything right now is the best time. So go ahead and knock it out. Bitcoin 41.6K, Ethereum 3K, BNB $418, Cardano $1.15, Solana $1.15, Luna 56.8, Polkadot 21.7, Dogecoin 0.148 cents, Avalanche $78, Polygon 174, Shiba Inu still down quite a bit, Crow up to 45 cents, and so on and so forth. So I wish you all have a great day. Please do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button. Don't forget to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out some of the links in the description, like the dogestore.com, where you can get a sweet hat from the Serpent X collection, or the shirt, and much more. You all have yourself a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. Sorry I didn't answer too many questions. Just wanted to blow through the news for y'all and then get on with my day. Got to record some content because this is my only day that I get a chance to, because I work really hard on my 9 to 5. Love y'all. Have a good one. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.